Hey there. We are in day 24 of our Through the New Testament in the order that the events actually happened. So it's kind of reading all the Gospels at once, right? Today we will be reading John 9 and part of John 10, about a half of the chapter. So not too bad. Jesus heals a man born blind. As he passed by, he saw a man blind from birth, and his disciples asked the rabbi, "Who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" Jesus answered, "It was not that this man sinned or his parents, but that the works of God might be displayed in him." Right? Just for me. We must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Having said these things, he spit on the ground and made mud with the saliva. Then he anointed the man's eyes with the mud and said to him, "Go wash off in the pool of Siloam," which means sent. So I went and washed and came back seeing. Wow, that'd be cool. The neighbors and those who had seen him before, as the beggar, was saying, "Is this not the man who used to sit and beg?" And others said, "No, but he is like him." He kept saying, "I am the man." So they said to him, "How are your eyes open?" And he answered, "The man called Jesus made mud and anointed my eyes and said to me, 'Go to Siloam and wash.' So I went and washed and received my sight." And they said to him, "Where is he?" He said, "I do not know." They brought to the Pharisees the man who had formerly been blind. Now it was the Sabbath day when Jesus made the mud and opened his eyes. And of course, he does that on purpose, right? So the Pharisees asked him how he received his sight, and he said to them, "He put mud in my eyes, and he washed, and I see." Some of the Pharisees said, "This man is not from God, for he does not keep the Sabbath." But others said, "How can a man who is a sinner do such signs?" And there was a division among them, so they said again to the blind man, "What do you say about him, since he has opened your eyes?" He said, "He is a prophet." The Jews did not believe that he had been blind and had received his sight until they called the parents of the man who had received his sight and asked them, "Is this your son who you say was born blind? Then how does he now see?" The parents answered, "We know that this is our son and that he was born blind, but how he now sees we do not know. No, nor do we know who opened his eyes. Ask him. He is of age. He will speak for himself." His parents said this to him because they feared the Jews, and the Jews had already agreed that if anyone confessed Jesus to be the Christ, he was to be put out of the synagogue. Therefore his parents said, "He is of age. Ask him yourself." They really are worship their father, Satan, the devil, right? Horrible people. And there's still some out there today, Jews that would just as soon kill a Christian as talk to him. So for the second time they called the man who had been born blind and said to him, "Give glory to God. We know that this man is a sinner." He answered, "Whether he is a sinner I do not know. One thing I do know is that I was blind and now I see." They said to him, "What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes?" And he said, "I have told you already and you would not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you also want to become his disciples?" And they reviled him, saying, "You are his disciple, but we are disciples of Moses. We know that God has spoken to Moses, but as for this man, we do not know where he comes from." The man answered, "Why? This is an amazing thing. You do not know where he comes from, and yet he opened my eyes. We know that God does not listen to sinners, but if anyone is a worshiper of God and does his will, God listens to him. Never since the world began has it been heard that anyone who opened the eyes of a man born blind. If this man were not from God, he could do nothing." They answered him, "You were born in utter sin. How would you teach us?" And they cast him out. Fine. Doesn't sound like the place you want to be anyways, right? Yeah. Jesus heard that they cast him out, and having found him, he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" Jesus answered, "And who is he? And who is he, sir, that I may believe in him?" Jesus said, "You have seen him. It is he who is speaking to you." He said, "Lord, I believe." And he worshipped him. And Jesus said, "For judgment I came into this world, and those who do not see may see, and those who see may become blind." So the Pharisees near him heard these things and said to him, "Are we also blind?" Jesus said to him, "If you were blind, you would have no guilt. But now that you say, 'We see,' your guilt remains." Cool. Right. I was like, "Do you want to come see Disciples too? I've told you this story 3 times already." Okay, we're reading 1 through 21. Okay, we're going to put a little thing there so I know to stop. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just keep on reading. Right? Okay. I am the good shepherd. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs in another way, that man is a thief and a robber. But he who enters by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the gatekeeper opens. The sheep hear his voice, and he calls his own sheep by the name and leads them out. When he has brought out all his own, he goes before them. The sheep follow him, and they know his voice. A stranger they will not follow, but they will flee from him, for they did not know the voice of strangers. This figure of speech Jesus used with them, but they did not understand what he was saying to them. Right. So Jesus said to them, truly, truly, that means very important, right? I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All who come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. Famous verse, right? I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. He who is a hired hand and not a shepherd does not own the sheep. Sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and flees, and the wolf snatches them and scatters them. He flees because he is a hired hand and cares nothing for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. And I have other sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also. Now see, that's us, okay? You think that's us? You think that's us? I think that's us, right? So there will be one flock, one shepherd. For this reason the Father loves me, because I lay down my life and take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down. I have authority to take it up again. This charge I have received from my Father. There was again a division among the Jews because of these words. Many of them said, He has a demon and is insane. Why listen to him? Others said, These are not the words of the one who is oppressed by a demon. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind? Right, there you go. All right. So that was an easy read, right? Well, 24. Okay. It's red. Man, born blind. Just know where we're at. Tomorrow we're doing Luke 10 and John 10. Okay. So there you have it. That's today. Now, a quick note. I'm on the very southern tip edge of that ice storm that's going to go through and destroy everything. Supposedly, I hope it doesn't happen, and I'm ready for it. I mean, I have my generators all out and everything's cleaned up and lots of stuff stocked away. So, but if the power goes out and it's out for a couple of days or a week, I won't be making videos, but I will make them at some point and load them all up. I mean, I might make it on my phone, okay? But it's kind of hard to upload, a video that's 15 or 20 minutes is a lot of space. So, but pray that it doesn't happen. But if it does, we will be back, okay? The videos will be caught up. I have not missed a day, right? Since December of 2022, okay? Every single day. I read the Bible every single day, right? Because I want it to make a difference. So, glad you're reading with me, okay? Catch up on any you may have missed, and give us a like if you think about it, and tomorrow we'll do it again. See ya.